it's not a big deal. But the title that I put on here is Your Ideas Don't Make Sense. And I'm okay with going live, not going live, whatever the case may be. However, when I find something that it speaks to me, and I'm not talking ooky spooky, I'm just saying, and it speaks to me. Some people don't like your ideas because they don't make sense. Make sense to who? They don't make sense to them. Therefore, you sound like a lunatic. You sound like a madman, a mad woman. What are you talking about? How could that possibly work? Oh, and don't forget, you don't look the part to do what you're trying to do. You don't sound the part to do what you're trying to do. You're too big to do what you're trying to do. You're too small to do what you're trying to do. All these little caveats and all of these little holes and places to place you, but somehow you don't fit. Your ideas don't fit. You don't fit. You stick out. But we weren't really created to fit in. We are gonna stick out. See, 1 Peter 5:7 says, casting all your anxieties on him because he cares for you. Sometimes we have so much going on that we're pushing to do so much. We want not just to be of service. We want others to know that we are doing things, we are moving, we are changing, we are doing all these things. And then you sit back and hey, Cyber Shots, what's up? You guys check out Cyber Shots and his story time, right? One of the podcasters that I've known for a long time. So check out his stuff. And this is what I'm trying to say. If your stuff doesn't make sense to anybody else, that's okay. They're not supposed to make sense because they're not in your head. They're not in your mind. And the more you sit and you try to become this circle to fit in that circle peg, you just run with the crowd. You just become like everybody else trying to get that bag. But what if you're trying to get the bag is a little bit different? What if you're doing something different? What if what you are doing is trying to make impact and disrupt some things? And one of the things you have to do is tell your story of the trials and the tribulations and things that you've gone through so that somebody else can see that, well, if he or she went through that, then I can get through it. What if that is what you're here for? What if the bag comes after you being vulnerable enough to say, hey, I'm screwed up as well, but look how I overcame that. What if that is how you get your bag? What if that's how you get your bread, you make your cheddar? What if it's that? Yes, I'm going to say hello, Cyber Shots, all the time. So I don't understand when somebody doesn't understand you and they don't understand what you're doing. They said that what you do doesn't make sense. T. Drake, that sounds stupid. So the oh boy, phone can't spell. Hey, the phone can't spell, and then the internet's acting whack. Listen, technology is gonna be what it's gonna be, freezing me up with my mouth looking crazy. But I understand, and I just roll with it. You know, technology is gonna cut you off. It's gonna mess up your spelling. It's gonna do all kind of stuff. But even with that, can you, as I was talking to my friend today, can we be content and stop chasing after all these things that people tell us we need to do in order to be somebody? You got to do this, you'll be somebody. You got to do this, you'll be somebody. Do this, and this, and you'll be somebody. But what if you cannot live up to those things because that's unattainable for you? Some of us have in our head that if I keep working hard, I will finally be that rapper like Snoop Dogg. If I just stay on my grind, I'll be like that for sizzle. I'll do that. Will you? Will you be that? Or are we putting in our heads unrealistic goals when you just need to be content with who you are and what God is placing you to do, which is enough, right? We know that our hearts are desperately wicked. Who could know it? But what you have that the Lord has given to you is enough. Trying to be something else that the world says that you need to be, that society says you need to be, you'll never be anything until you're a size 5. And listen, if you're a size 5, then the world is your oyster. Everybody else, yeah, size 6, and you guys a little shaky. I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't have to be a size 5. You have to be a size 7 and have good hair. And if you got a good lace front, then you'll be on point. Don't forget, make sure your face is good. And men, if you have the big chest, 6-pack, washboard abs, you'll be amazing. And don't turn your hat to the back, looks whack. And oh yeah, make sure it's a European suit so that you look fly and everybody knows that you've arrived. You've arrived. Is that what we're looking for? Is that what we're trying to attain? Is that the definition of contentment? Are we content when we have arrived? Do you ever arrive? Or are you continuing to strive and strive and strive, making yourself upside down crazy because you are living in somebody else's expectation of what you need to do in order to be successful? Although you've already been successful with what you're doing. And success looks different for everybody. And it's very sad that people want to put their type of success and pair it to what you're doing and say, your success that I'm doing doesn't look like my success. Like, wait, I'm confused. I thought, right, exactly. Your success needs to look like mine. And if it hasn't looked like mine, then you're not successful. Case in point, you raise kids. That's not the definition of success. Having lots of money and power is success, and driving a cool whip, that's success. Making sure your kids are well taken care of and they have a nice living home, forget that. That's not success. Success is power and making sure you have clients on top of clients on top of clients, and you never stop grinding, and you never stop until you have reached that top. But there's always a top of a top of a top of a top, and you keep on going till you reach as high as you can go, and keep on going, because it's not the sky's the limit, it's the universe is the limit. And until you reach space, you haven't done it. Forget the sky. That was a long time ago. That's passe. No one wants to try to reach the sky's limit. Then you're really not doing it, because the sky's the limit. You got to the sky. We need to get up to space. You got to go past Mars. You got to go a little further. Go into another galaxy. Then you've arrived. But if you're still on Earth, doing your day-to-day, taking care of your kids, that's boring. And you're a loser. So, whatever you're doing, continue to not do that. Do something else. Become something else. Become a better version of yourself. Because right now, the version that you are sucks royally. And why would Jesus want to love a person like you? You suck. Didn't you hear you're supposed to get that bag? Is that why he died on the cross? For us to get the bag? To get the new Louis Vuittons? I don't know. The Versace, the Armani? I don't know. The AMG? I don't know. What did he die for? He died for us to have eternal life, to give us salvation, to provide us with that grace. And God gives us that mercy, that we don't get what we deserve. Here yet and still, we know that we can cast our cares on him, but we don't. Some of us say, you know what, Lord, take this, okay? I'm going to give you that burden. There you go, Lord. And they're like, nope, Lord, you can't handle it. So I'm going to take it right back and I'm going to wear it and I'm going to shuttle that thing around because I really haven't believed in what your word says, that if you casting all your anxieties on him because he cares for you, but yet and still we walk around so burdened and not content with our lives because we're so busy listening to other people dictate to us how we should be, how we should feel, and how we should move. They don't care about what you're going on because in your life, whatever you're going on in your circumstance, that's an excuse. That's a reason, but it's an excuse. So I'm sorry. You need to be up, doing what you need to be doing, and on that hot grind. Don't take breaks. Don't take days off. As you hear, and you hear that over and over again, grind until you shine. Grinding and shining and shining and grinding. That's what we do over here. I don't do that. I am just continuing to learn about all these things I've been following for so many years. And yet and still, I've been wondering, what am I doing? And why do I keep following these people? People after people, program after program. What am I doing? Wanting to be successful, but perhaps the Lord is moving you in a different direction, but you're fighting against it because you want to go over here. You like what you see over there. You like the big shiny over there. And God's saying, no, you need to go this way. No, Lord, this is the way. Look at all the shiny stuff over there. They got it all. I need to go over there. They got the publicity. They got the fame. And Lord's like, this over here is your path. But I don't want to go over there. I want to go here. And over there is where it's at. I don't want to go on that side. This is boring and nobody's looking at me over there. But that's where your impact is. That's where your bag will come. That's where all that you need is over there. But you keep going to the left because you're going for something else and it's not you. We listen to people that do not even have our same spiritual values. They tell you something, but they're telling you something from the secular side. They don't care about you wanting to save souls. They don't care if you believe in the Bible and the Word. That's yeah, okay, fine. Who cares? Get back on your grind. They don't care about all of that. And sometimes you have to sit back in your life and say, okay, what am I doing? And how do I have to move? Instead of stressing. And when I do my podcasts, whether they come out every single day like they used to, because I was doing it daily and hitting that thing every day, now I can sit back and relax that when I do put out a message, it's not because I'm stressing like, oh my gosh, I missed it. I didn't hit it. I didn't know Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No. Relaxing into what I do and enjoying it because I started doing it because of enjoyment. But see, people want to take what you do and they want to turn it into some hard work. Then they want to ask you all kinds of questions. Well, you're not monetizing this, you're not monetizing that. And don't forget, thou shalt monetize your entire life from your hair to your feet. Monetize all the time. And while that might be something that people can do, and certain people that know how to do that, they do, but at the same time, there's a time and place for everything. And right now, some of us really need to focus on getting our messages out there and helping those that can hear, right? And lay the foundation for that. Lay the foundation for what the Lord is doing in your life. Lay the foundation when you explain your vulnerability to someone instead of someone listening to your pain and trying to profit off of it. Oh, you were sexually abused? Awesome. Well, I understand. Now pay me $18K to get in my program. What? We're going to help you with your pain. So let me help you. It's a 10-week program. All you got to do is tell me more about your vulnerability, and then we can definitely make it happen for you. But don't forget, give me that money first. But that's just what it is these days. You can't fault people for how they get their money. That's what they do. And you can't fault them for you wanting to be real and share what you want to do, and them wanting, and the initial part, wanting to help, but really, it always ends up in just wanting the mighty dollar, which we live in a capitalistic society. What do you expect, right? Sometimes you have those that want to help and they are genuinely real about that. So I just came on here just to say, when I was explaining something to somebody, they didn't understand what I was talking about. They said, that doesn't make any sense. I was like, because you don't understand what I'm doing. It might look like all these things are different, but they're all together. And because you don't understand what has been given to me, it's not going to make sense. And it doesn't look right. It looks like a whole bunch of chaotic turmoil. That's fine. If you think the nonprofit is garbage and trash, that's cool too. I didn't ask you to participate in it. It's all good. You don't have to see the value of it. You're not a veteran anyway, so why the heck would you care? It doesn't matter. So I just wanted to once again say, your ideas won't make sense to people that don't understand what you're doing it for, because they want to know, well, how do you do a podcast anyway? Okay, and you tell them, like, well, how do you do this and this and this and this? Listen, I'm not going to explain to you all the ins and outs of what I'm doing. Just if you're ready to help and you're willing to do so, then let's do it. If not, then that's okay too. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you why I podcast, because obviously you don't get it and you don't want to get it, and that's cool. You don't want to know why I do what I do, and that's fine. But once again, I want to say to those who are out there that do this, whether they do the live stream and podcasting or whatever new media they use, continue doing what you do. Period. Point blank, period. It doesn't make a difference to me if you come on and you're live or you're not. But if this is something that you love to do, excuse me, then continue doing that. Don't let anybody stop you. Don't let the devil in hell do it, and don't let somebody who doesn't understand why you even do what you do, don't let them stop you. Because at the end of the day, it's you who enjoys what you do. And they don't have to live in your body, they don't have to live in your head, and they don't have to live your life. This is your life to live. So many times we give people the power over our lives, and they really shouldn't have that. They try to dictate to you what they want you to do for them, and then in return, you end up holding the bag of emotional trash because they dumped on you and said, yeah, you can't do this, you can't do that, you suck, but don't forget, invest in me. Wait, what? Because they don't see that anything that you offer is a value. Even though they know it's a value, they will never tell you that they will invest or share or do any of that stuff. Why would one want to do that when they're secretly competing against you? They're competing in a race against you. You're losing, but you don't even know you're racing them. And it's funny because you have your own lane. And if we all stay in our own lane, we'll be good. But too many of us try to get in other people's lane, like, I could do what you're doing and I'm going to grab what people that's following you and blah, blah, blah. I don't have the time. So once again, your ideas don't make sense because those people have not been given what has been given to you. So whatever dream you're going for, whatever vision you see, you take the time and cultivate it. If it takes a long time, then it takes a long time. If you could do it quicker, fine. But God has a process in everything. And just like it says in Ecclesiastes, there's a time and season for everything under heaven. There's a time for everything. So maybe try to force yourself to do something right now, and it's not the time for it, right? Definitely is about time and chance. It happens to us all. So we have to understand that while people are out there grinding and that's their thing, let them do that. But whatever you're called to do, remember that. Whatever you are called to do, you go after that. You don't let somebody else tell you, well, your size, you too big. It's simple. So I apologize for the internet cutting in and out. I'm not at home, but I will be going in a little bit. So I just want to come on here and share that because once again, I'm not going to be stressing about whether I do something or I don't do something. I'm just going to do it. And my night show, it's still there. Just it's been a little bit crazy trying to get my schedule because I've been falling asleep lately. So if I can do it again, I will do it and you guys will catch me. And there it is. So you guys be blessed, motivated, and always inspired to do what God lays on your heart. And remember, it makes sense to you. It may not make sense to them. God bless.